Hey, this is Corey from Woodcraft, and in today's video we're going to be talking about weighing your gear. Now I think it's very important to weigh your gear, and I am not an ultralight backpacker, I am not a lightweight backpacker, I'm not even really a backpacker. I just like putting a bunch of stuff in a bag, hiking out 2 to 4 miles away from everything, setting up camp and enjoying myself while I'm there. And the thing with that is I try to focus on being as comfortable as possible. My main goal of this channel is to keep everybody as comfortable as possible. I want to be as comfortable as possible. And so I need to be comfortable on the hike to camp, but I also need to be comfortable at camp. And so by weighing my gear and understanding what I'm getting myself into, it really helps me cater to what I want to bring, what I think will make my back happy and my camp stay happy. And so the most basic way of doing that would be to step on a scale, weigh yourself, fill your backpack full of stuff, step on the scale with your backpack on, and then subtract you and your pack minus your body weight to get a rough estimate of what your pack weighs. The issue with that is you really don't know what you can modify or what you can change in order to either make your pack lighter so that you're more comfortable on your hike, or substitute different things so that you can carry different things to make your camp life better. And so I like to weigh things because I might not lighten my pack, but I might bring a lighter tent and a lighter sleeping bag so that I can carry a nice camp chair. Or I might not bring the camp chair because I want a heavier, warmer sleeping bag. Or I might just carry a lighter sleeping bag that's not as warm and a lighter tent just to save weight. I have those options, and I understand what I can bring and what I can substitute. Even my camp chairs weigh different things, and so depending on the sleeping bag and the tent and the food and the pots and pans that I choose to carry, I can carry a lighter weight chair or a heavier chair. It all depends on that. Am I going to be more comfortable hiking? Am I going to be more comfortable at camp? Am I going to try to find a balance between the two? I can choose what I'm doing because I understand what all my gear weighs. And so one of the scales that you guys have seen a lot every time I'm reviewing anything that requires weight is this scale right here. And so turn it on, let it zero out. So this is just a simple, easy to use scale. You turn it on, you put stuff on it, and it tells you how much it weighs. And so one of the things that people really talk about a lot is the difference between a stainless steel container for a plastic, and people carry plastic because it's so much lighter than the stainless steel. But by weighing it, you can see that my plastic bottle is 6.3 ounces. The stainless steel is 8.3, and so it's 2 ounce difference. And so for me, 2 ounces, it doesn't make a difference. I don't really care which one I bring based solely on weight. To me, they're the same. I'm not saving or gaining anything choosing one over the other. Now there are people that count every single ounce and every single gram and try to reduce. I'm not one of them. To me, they're the same. Another advantage to a scale like this is I have a empty canister here. So an empty canister weighs 5.2 ounces. I have a full canister that weighs 12.1 ounces. And then I have one that's somewhere in the middle. It's 7.7 or 7.6, 7.7 ounces. And so I know that I have 2.5 ounces left in this container. So now I can decide, do I want to carry this container alone? Do I need to bring a backup? I know how much fuel I have because of this scale. The main issue I have with it is if I'm weighing something larger like a tent, I can put the tent on there and I can kind of see the digital display. And so this system works kind of. But if I'm going to put something larger on there, I can't see that readout. And so what I did is I bought a luggage scale. And so this luggage scale is for weighing luggage. And so it's for, you have a pack or a suitcase or something, you hook up to it, you pick it up. I can't see. Alright, and then it locks. Once it locks, you can read it. 5.04 pounds. This is just a pack with a pillow in it, so I don't look like a wuss on camera. But you can see that it weighs things nice. The issue is when you start getting into heavier items. This is only 5 pounds, and I can pick it up easily with 2 fingers. When you get into heavier tents and heavier packs and heavier items, lifting it with 2 fingers and not shaking, this thing doesn't read very well. The numbers bounce around and it never really locks. So you're trying to hold it where you can see it, and it's not the most pleasant experience, but it does work, right? You can use the home scale as well. You can weigh yourself and then hold the tent and then subtract the difference, but it's a pain in the butt. And so what I found is I found a different scale, and this one has, it's the same pressure plate, but this one, the digital readout is separate, so it's on a cable that I can put way out of the way. So I can put it way over here, so when I'm measuring or weighing something that's larger, make sure that's not touching the table anywhere. So now I can read 9 pounds 2 ounces. So now I can weigh much larger things, and I don't have to worry about not being able to see the display, and I have one scale to rule them all. This one scale can weigh everything I have, and I can see the differences. So this one is 5 pounds 7.3 ounces. This one is 9 pounds 1 ounce. And so I will save a ton of weight carrying my Dominion, but I'm not going to have the room, right? This is a 2-person tent. This is a 4-person tent. Now I get to decide, do I want to carry the smaller tent and a heavier camp chair? Do I want to carry the larger tent and have more room and maybe not bring a camp chair at all? What's going to make me the most comfortable at camp? It's not that I'm reducing the weight of my pack. My pack's going to weigh the same thing. If I carry this tent and a 4-pound chair, it's going to weigh the same. My whole pack system's going to weigh the same, but now I have a chair to help keep me comfortable. Or I have just a larger tent, same camp weight or same pack weight, but I have more room in my shelter. And so I get to make these choices. I get to decide which options I'm going to carry. I get to decide what's going to keep me the most comfortable on my hike and at camp. And so that's why I feel it's so important to weigh my gear. I try to weigh everything, especially when I'm setting up for an overnighter or a weekend trip. I like to know how much everything weighs. I like to weigh my options so that I can have, sometimes I just want the lightest kit possible with the most amount of stuff, right? I want to be as comfortable as possible on the hike and as comfortable as possible at camp. And so I try to carry as much stuff as I can fit into my pack and keep it as light as possible so that I can have everything in the kitchen sink. Sometimes I reduce and I just carry light things so that the pack weight is as little as possible. Sometimes I do a combination of both, and it's nice having the opportunity to do both, to figure it out and prepare and plan for whatever it is I'm looking for. So with that being said, leave any knowledge or questions in that comment section. Do you weigh your gear? Are you a whole pack weigher, or do you weigh things individually? Let me know in that comment section, and I cannot wait to see you on my next video.